In this question, guys, in this A-level maths question, we're asked to find the first three terms in ascending powers of x, so that means increasing powers of x, of the binomial expansion 2 minus x halves or 2 minus x over 2 all raised to the power of 7, giving each term in its simplest form. Now, there are many different ways of doing this. Now, because it's saying the first three terms, okay, if it's ascending powers of x here, that means it will be a plus bx plus cx squared. So it is going to be a quadratic that I'm going to get as my answer, which means that I only just have to expand the first two brackets. So I only have to expand 2 minus x over 2 times by 2 minus x over 2. And the reason for that, guys, is because we are going to get a quadratic, okay, when we expand this double bracket, okay. So this is knowing, yeah, like your knowledge of like your power, yeah, like power expansion rules, okay. So knowing that, because yeah, it's the first three terms, okay. So obviously power of 1 there, obviously it's x to the power of 0, yeah, if that helps you, okay, etc. So because, yeah, it's going to be in the form, of like a quadratic, which is normally in the form ax squared plus bx plus c. Obviously, we are writing it in like another way, just because, yeah, we're obviously going up in power, not down in power. So this is classed as, yeah, like descending, whereas this is obviously ascending. But the idea is that you have a quadratic expression, so all we do is just expand this out. So 2 times 2, guys, is 4. 2 times minus x halves makes minus x, because the half and 2 cancel. Minus x halves times 2 makes minus x, and then minus x over 2 times minus x over 2, so minus x halves times minus x halves, so multiplying fractions, x times x makes x squared, and then 2 times 2 makes 4, and it makes it a plus because I've got two negatives. Lastly, now, yeah, is obviously just collect like terms. So we got 4 minus 2x plus a quarter x squared. Okay. And that, guys, is in its simplest form. Okay. So just to be clear, I expanded double brackets because I wanted the first three terms, okay, in ascending powers of x. So I've got a constant term, a term with an x in, and the next squared term. Now, because that's like a quadratic expression, the only way to actually make that possible is to have double brackets, right? Because if you expand double brackets, yeah, from GC maths, okay, if I have x plus 1 times x plus 2, then you all know that I'm going to get a quadratic expression in the form or format ax squared plus bx plus c, where a would be 1, b would be 4, and then obviously c would be 3, okay, if it was this bracket, for example. Okay, so it's knowing, okay, that a quadratic expression is ax squared plus bx plus c, but if you write it backwards, a plus bx plus cx squared, okay, in ascending powers of x instead, okay, you will then recognize that, okay, bang, is a quadratic expression, therefore I need a double bracket, so I'm only going to expand, yeah, double brackets key. Okay, so that's one way. Okay, there are many different ways of doing it, but yeah, this is my preferred way. Okay, knowing that. Okay, of course, if it was 4 terms, then you would obviously have like a dx cubed here, so you'd obviously be expanding, yeah, like a triple bracket, okay, etc, etc. Of course, when the brackets get bigger, then we need to obviously use our binomial expansion obviously formula, okay, but because the powers here actually were quite small, I could get away with doing, yeah, a double bracket expansion, okay, as my way.